Welcome viewers, here we go again. Myself, Dougie Hodson and Johnny Fodenoff. We are looking at round 11, PS4 NPL with our major sponsors today, the Gourmet Meat Rack, better known in the Northgate Plaza. So make sure you get down there. Johnny, we have a belter of a game today at the Olympic Village with Heidelberg United versus Bentleigh Greens. It's going to be go to the wire, Johnny. What's the news around town?
Dougie, before we get to the news, we are 1/3 down, aren't we? Where is Greg Blake?
Well, I reckon
we're putting out an APB. Whoever knows where Greg Blake is, get him down here to the ground immediately. We are missing 1/3 of our commentary team. But all jokes aside, Dougie,
I think he's got a puncher in his wheelchair.
The wheelchair, mate, is just the wheelchair needs a wheelchair itself, mate. That's the way it's going. But
news,
Dougie,
injuries.
In team news, guess who's back? Jackie's back. Jack Petrie making his first appearance back for the Burgers in the only change to the lineup from the game against Pascoe Vale. Jack Petrie back for Costa Canacara, so only one change, and Bentleigh Greens unchanged from the team that beat Avondale last week 2-0.
But tell you what, mate, what about the news, Johnny? We'll tell the viewers about this one. There has been two new, I'm going to call them imports, that have came into the club this week, two new signings. I believe an under-20 Australian international.
Yes.
Played at Western Sydney Wanderers, and he was on the books at Sydney FC.
Yes, the player's name is Alusine Funafa, and he can't make his place today, but we're just about ready to kick off. The other player is from Ballarat.
Michael Trigger,
who's
both attacking midfielders.
And Bentleigh, Greg and Doug going towards the clubhouse end. Heidelberg will kick towards the Murray Road or the Southern Road end.
As we go again, can the Burgers come out with some great positive play like they did last week?
Early free kick there for the foul by, that time it was the number 6, Troy Ruthven on Harry Noon.
I look to go short though. Petrie, good to see the little fella back. Tumbalis will just play it down the line.
That's Ruben Wade. Tumbalis.
Is it?
Tumbalis, the regular left back, is still out injured.
Is he really?
So yeah, Ruben Wade gets another.
Put Ruben Wade in the left back. Yeah. Well, there's a counter change for us again. Here comes the barometer. A bit of pressure there. Georgie's got his hands up already. Harry, he'll look and play a little 1-2. I think he was going to play with the Bentleigh substitution there, though, I think, Johnny. But this is going to be an exciting game of this 11th round. And don't forget our big sponsors today, the Gourmet Meat Rack.
Gourmet Meat Rack at Northgate Plaza. Get down there and then get some good
tucker.
Good Aussie tucker.
I have to admit, though, mate, I went in up there and I got a bit of lamb and I got a bit of chicken before I went. But beautiful food here at Burgerland, as we know. Here we go. Got the ball underway. It looks like in there.
Honos, that was.
Looking for the diagonal. Way will play it back in there. He'll swipe it in. Can he find him? Will get pinched, intercepted. Kept on play. Nice little chest there. As far as Hall, nice little footwork here by the Burgers. Just playing in nice little triangles. Got in the way, intercepted, but geez, back on top of it, little Petrie. Jack and Jab, here we go again. Way.
It's like he was never gone there.
No, in there goes again to keep the ball moving.
And Bentleigh now on the attack. The ball's played forward. Looking for the number 23 there. Crossed in. Wilkins. And good keeping there by Theodorides. He was met there by the Bentleigh player on the attack there, Honos, but looking for Noon down the line. He's onside. Good play there by Ellis. Harry Noon now. Can he get around Ruthven? Does so. On his non-favoured left foot. Looking for the short ball for Kenny Atthew. He'd gone to the far post. And now Lewis Hall will get that loose ball.
Should have come in the near post there. Great ball in. Obviously didn't have the strength to find him, but what, Kenny pulled away, sort of coming in. Handball. Referee says play on. There's only one hand. Noon still got it. Look to play in there. Intercepted in there by Holmes. Pressure. Here comes Shawnee Ellis. Got under the thing. He has a look. He's going to pick the thing. Looks for King Kenny. Kenny's going to strike. And it's a goal! It is 1-0 for Heidelberg. All the way in there, Johnny, in there, son. Get that in.
4 minutes in, Dougie, and Kenny Atthew. But there's that combination again. Shawnee Ellis picking up that loose ball, and they've worked it well the last few weeks. They're the two main scorers of Heidelberg. Played the ball through to Kenny. Let's have a look at that on the replay, Dougie.
Look at him here, though. Look at the Kenny. Great run. Nicely ball in there. Got the centre half just out of the way. Look at his line. Keeper should have done better. To be honest, we're getting beat at that near post, but Kenny's powered it past Ryan Scott. Ryan Scott couldn't do much about that one. We have on the fourth minute in. And, I like seeing the Burger scoring early, Johnny.
I'll tell you what,
And a lovely way to start.
Yeah.
It's your most vulnerable time when you've
You've got
just
to stay
scored.
switched on, don't you, Dougie?
Most definitely. You've got to keep that process and that brain, the psychology of sport. That's the main one. It's got to go in. Hall. Great ball. Here comes Kenny again. Alice, look at the run on the outside. Alice. No. Pedri. Alice. Oh, I would have liked to see Zara go on himself there, Johnny.
Too unselfish that time was Zara. Had the chance to pull the trigger himself, looking for that run inside by Shawnee Ellis, who to be fair, made a good run, but he had the decoy there. Should have pulled the trigger.
Have a look here, though. Yeah, ball. King Kenny's done well. Slipped it in there. Great runner coming in. Just missed that. I'm looking on the left to the right. But Petrie whips the ball in. Great ball in. Does he miss the first man out? No. Cleared away. And he goes as far as way. Come back to the skipper. He'll play a little 1-2. Does he give it away? No. Petrie gets a little intercept. We'll have a throw in on the far side of the big village grandstand here.
As we've gone nearly 8 minutes in, brought to you by the Gourmet Meat Rack this afternoon. Our wonderful sponsors this afternoon, and we're happy to announce the arrival of our third member as Kenny Matthews takes him inside. Just couldn't get past that time. Jankovic just held him up enough for able to get the ball pacey in well. The barometer. Honos though, stripped of the ball by Lewis Hall. Now Harry Noon with a diagonal, looking over the top for Zara. Zara very prominent early, could have had a shot on goal just a minute ago. Twist inboard. Eventually, way the numbers win out for the Bentleigh Greens as they come away from the right back position that time, and might be a foul. No, referee says play on. Reuben Way. Oh, poor ball that time. Gave it away that time.
I don't know about you, Johnny, but we've got yours truly, Mr. Blake, back with us on town, son. How was the punch-up? Was it all right in the wheelchair?
Good on you, gentlemen. It's good to see you. Better late than never. Big game, isn't it? Bentleigh Greens here visiting Heidelberg this afternoon.
And brought to you by the Gourmet Meat Rack this afternoon, Greg. We must tell you. Shawnee Ellis looking to go outside. In on goal and just well gone there.
Jankovic just getting the toe in at the appropriate time.
There's a bit of rack going on out there at the moment.
You guys sound excited. I'm excited. Gourmet Meat Rack at Northcote Plaza, bringing you all the action on HUFC TV. And Heidelberg lead it by a golden hill, the king. Getting the go-ahead on 4 minutes.
Get excited.
So I'll tell you what, Greg, you got the spies out already, have you?
Shawnee Ellis with the corner. And I do apologise for my absence early on. Great start by Heidelberg. Near post corner right across the face of
How
goal.
does, Blakey, Johnny, how does that happen? How does that go across there, mate? And without, all it needed was a touch.
It needed a feather, Doug. All it needed was a feather.
Needed a rack of ribs.
So great start from Heidelberg on HUFC TV, streaming live across Australia and across the world as we hit the 10-minute mark. It's good to get back with you boys.
Well, it's been 9 days without a game, and we certainly noticed it.
Inside defensive territory for Heidelberg, a raking right foot down the ground. Harry Noon, header on into the path of King. Great return ball for Harry Noon. High Noon tries to cut it back, gets the clip off the defender. And it's going to be another corner to Heidelberg. What an inspirational start.
You know what? I don't know what you boys are feeling, and I've said this before, I feel in the waters, but you know what? It has been a great start. They're up for it. The possession, they're pushing, they're squeezing, they're doing everything like a side that's there to be made to go forward.
Well, they mean business this afternoon, don't they?
Most definitely, Johnny and Greggy, that's what, mate.
Now, Dougie, what effect would those two new signings have on the... put a few people on notice, wouldn't it?
Most definitely.
Corner Ellis goes very deep. Back post. Header! Goal! The barometer steps up and makes it 2-0. What a start from Heidelberg United. Alexander, they go 2 up on 11 minutes. And that was the far
replay,
post.
Well, there it is, the replay. Have a look at that, Greg. The ball being whipped in by Ellis. And Pacey on the far post powers it home.
He rose like a salmon. He says, I'm having that free header. I tell you what, they have looked vulnerable in defence on set pieces, Bentleigh Greens, and hasn't Heidelberg capitalised on it. Magnificent. Well,
Greg,
come on the
Greg and Doug, they have made a statement, haven't they, today? They've come out in the first 12 minutes and said, we mean business this afternoon.
Big week for Heidelberg. Big cup game here on Thursday night. As Bentleigh Greens with the build-up. Top of the box. Great shot on the turn from Honos. And a great save from the hyphen. And an ugly, ugly challenge from Benjamin Litvin. Very, very late on in proceedings. And the referee ought to have a word with him. Barometer. There's a long look at it. Chips a 7-iron into the path of Harry Noon. Hasn't he hit some form in the last couple of weeks? Harry Noon. Oh, dances through too. Body check. Big body check in the end. And Sean Ellis copped one in the mush. Harry Noon's got every right to protest.
Hey, and Luke Pelkington's just gave him a little love tap on the head too. Both as bad as each other. Referee, you know, book them both or let them both go. There's your call.
Rarely any love lost between these two teams, and it started physically as well, but it started successfully. Heidelberg up by 2-0. The King and the Barometer on the scoreboard already. Ruben Way, left foot.
He's gone for glory.
He was. And they might get a break on here.
Got to win it.
Luke Biles. Oh, did awfully well. Well done, skipper. Ruben is away. Top one for the King, just a millimetre or so too low. Ruben again, under pressure. Ooh, the double team wins out, and again it gets a wee bit ugly as Kronos, yeah, it is a square up, absolutely. Oh, you gotta love this. They mean business.
Bring it on, son. Bring it on.
Ross Archibald dancing in like a middleweight.
Oh, look at it. Handbags. Get on with it. He's tried to kick the ball and got his shin guards. Shin guards. Lovely to see. Handbag at 4 paces, referee. Have a word. Get on with the game.
The Bentleigh Greens ball.
Starting to work their way into it, aren't they, the Bentleigh Greens? Just a little.
This the trigger a little bit, and they just stepped it up a bit in the dangerous area there. Takes touch, looks up, well done. Can we get it away? Does, looks to come out wide, plays it back in.
And Jack
Where was he
Petrie.
going? What a touch in there as well, jumping Jack.
One touch too many that time by
Sean
Hollis.
Ellis.
And Jumping Jack with the steal hits Sean Ellis inside front half. 7-iron, too long for Zara. Got a push away by Archibald.
That's got
for
snow on
Bentleigh
it.
Greens. That's coming down eventually. So that took some time off the clock as the sun just peeps through the clouds here at the Olympic Village. It's a near perfect afternoon for this huge PS4 NPL clash. Harry Noon with the big win. Harry Noon, stutter steps, not quite sure. Almost swept away. Harry goes again. Harry to the line. Heidelberg ball. Well, really well played then from Harry Noon. So Sean Ellis. 5-step drop into the advertising hoardings. Far post. Kenny! Right across the face of goal. Great corner again. Kenny with the opportunity. Didn't quite get the angle he might have wanted.
They're dangerous balls. You know what? They're coming with speed. They're whipped in there. We've got a replay here, do we? Here it comes. Shawnee Ellis, he'll take the touch. Look at the ball, the way it's whipped in here, though, with the speed and the pace. Missing them first people out. That's coming in. Great thing. Duck down the bottom. Look at Kenny. Just couldn't get a clear header in there. Could have been 3-0, boys. Back in this game again.
As it is, it's a 2-0 ball game. Kenny Athiu, the King, on 4 minutes. And Stephen Paste, the Barometer, on 12 minutes, making it 2-0. That's the way it stays. Ryan Scott.
A lot of block running in there. There was Mr. Blake and Johnny. Bit of block, but only goes Jumping Jack. He'll put his foot on it, plays it out wide. It looks like Way. He'll look in, drops his shoulder,
Oh, Ruben,
clipped in.
the little-
Go what he's found, Harry. Harry's going to take a shot. He's in there. He's in. It's in.
Off the
It's
onside.
hit the crossbar and came back out. Harry Noon was not giving up. What a fine
And
work
he
that
got,
was.
I'll tell you what, he got restricted in his run as well then. He had every right to give up the chase. Let's watch it again.
Let's have a look in there. There's the Petrie. Look at Ruben Way from there, though, boys.
Sensational.
Clip the ball in. Bit of air. Look at he's gone. Harry's in there.
Now look where he's
Bounced.
impeded in the run.
Obstruction.
He could have given it up. He didn't, and in the end he hits the underside of the
Just
crossbar.
couldn't get it down, could he, mate? Just couldn't get it down. You know what, though? That's determination. I love that in a player. Doesn't give up.
I think that would be a hallmark of what we've seen in this first half is simply the sheer will and determination of the Heidelberg players. Would that be an unfair summary?
Hungry.
Hungry is the word. Brennan
break.
sprints into the front half on the break. Ruben Way is the man that breaks it up with a timely foot in to safety. Archibald. Square ball for Yankovic. We've got 10 seconds remaining in stoppage, according to the clock here in the commentary position. Pilkington unsure, time ticking away. And time, in fact, has elapsed. And good work, says J. Fott. At halftime, very good work. HUFC TV streaming live across Australia and across the world. Jay Fott, Dougie Hodgson, and yours truly, Greg Blake. And at halftime, it's Heidelberg United leading Bentleigh Greens in this round 11 clash by 2-0. Goals on 4 from the King, Kenny Athieu, and on 12, Stephen Pace, the barometer. Round 11 of the PS4 NPL, and it's Heidelberg United hosting the Bentleigh Greens here at the Olympic Village this afternoon, thanks to the gourmet meat rack at Northcote Plaza. And it is Heidelberg with first use of the football, heading to the left of screen. And they lead by 2-0. 2 goals inside the first 12 minutes from Heidelberg. Kenny Athieu and Stephen Pace with the 2 goals to give Heidelberg that advantage. That's the way it stays. Bentleigh Greens down toward the Murray Road end of the ground. And for the league's top guns, 2 goals to draw, 3 goals to win.
This week on Thursday night at 7:30 here at the Village in the FFA Cup, and then Monday week, it'll be at the Kingston ground at the Grange. So the round 12 game.
So 2 big games to come up, but this is the biggest of the trio so far. It's going to be a free kick this time against Bentleigh Greens.
Interesting to see. He's given it to Yellow. No ball. What's he saying? He's giving this to the Burgers. Greens have arced up. Now he's going to go the other way.
Well, it's been a physical clash so far, but 4 Heidelberg players in the book in the last 26 minutes, and that doesn't really resonate with me. JW, clearing header. Bentleigh Greens again on the attack, wasted. Files with the header clear. They'll come again, Ruben with his work to do. Ruben nearly gets the big win against Clulo.
He done all right there as a left back. I know he's the fill-in left back, but he's held his line, he's held his mark, and just done enough to make sure that you're not getting past me.
And speaking of left back, Dougie and Greg, I had a chat to Les Dumbalis' mum, who I bumped into during half time.
Did you just?
And she tells me that he's having a scans done tomorrow on his leg.
So what are they saying, Johnny?
Well, I think it happened during the Hume game here a couple of weeks ago.
Was it? I remember that. It was a kick in there. It happened in front of us.
Overstretched there, and he's got internal bleeding there in the...
It's not good. Here we go, Petrie. Shawnee Ellis, you're on side. And El Factor takes a touch. Can he whip it into his left foot? No. Pilkington's still got it. Can he pull the trigger? Finds a yard, and it's going to be explosive. Oh, what a catch in there! Take that in there, you gentlemen. What a ripper of a finish. Reflection. Let's have a look at that replay. Took the reflection. He just needs a yard, doesn't he? Here we go. Replay.
Well, determination there, Dougie. Got it out of his feet. Tried to find a yard of space. Eventually got there. And the shot on the turn, it was straight in.
Hang on. Was that off King Kenny? Did it come off Kenny?
And the fiery-haired Scotsman gets the 3rd goal of the game. He is in a rich vein of scoring form. Sean Ellis, and that was a goal that he conjured on his own. No assist would register. He assisted, if you will, himself. Got it back onto the left foot, and his left foot finish was lethal.
He does ever so well. He comes across that line, doesn't he? Let's go back to them 5 goals that he scored. Those sort of positions, he uses it ever so well. He can get that yard and pulls that trigger. That was a great goal from the Burgers.
Great individual effort, Dougie. I mean, you could not ask for any more. He was probably dead on his feet by the time he slugged that left foot through it. He worked so hard, but a great reward there for persistence and just never say die that time.
Gourmet meat rack at Northcote Plaza bringing all the action, and you would have had some significant odds on this being a 3-0 scoreline early in this second half. So just as they started the first, Heidelberg on the ascendancy. Clulo gets the ball for Brennan. The ball charged away, hoisted clear by the barometer. Kenny will have a run at it. Bentleigh Greens now
desperation
will be reeling. That's what the situation required. Ruthven goes back for Yankovic. Didn't quite get the angle he wanted. Harry Noon with a big bustling win. Harry Noon charges away toward the sideline. They've got the scent of blood in their nostrils, Heidelberg. Harry to the line, cuts it back. Kenny can't quite get the touch. And out of play, coming off Ross Archibald.
Here we go.
Shawnee Ellis scored 5 in his past 7 in his past. I don't know, a lot. He's scored a lot in his past few games.
Well, that was his
Kenny.
eighth in all competitions.
That's where I was
Seventh
going.
in the NPL.
Thank you, that's what I was hoping for. Jack Petrie for the King. Gets edged off it, might get another look. Not quite. Foot in at the last moment from Holmes. Ruben wins the foot race. Getting back into the game, Ruben Way, long, deep throw. Kenny. Clearing header.
Holmes with the ball there.
Holmes, short ball away. Dover, been busy since he came on. Goes right, left. Flag stays down. Pilkington
Men in the box here.
runs toward JW. Pilkington holds it, drags it, holds it.
Great run.
Terrific run, and in the end, great coverage from the hyphen at the feet of Andy Brennan.
At that time, boys, there was Luke Biles at
Or Ben
just on
Litvin,
that-
rather.
on this near side, keeping the player onside there.
The captain did, didn't he? Kept him on side, had a look along, but have a look at the run from, was it Brennan? Mate, he's done ever so well. He's made a run across him, called back, grained a yard. Ruben Way didn't know where he was, and he got into a great opportunity.
Bentleigh Green's corner, they're still down by 3. Ruben Way angles the header away to safety. Well, almost. Holmes knocks it back in. Shot on the turn and a great touch over the bar from the hyphen. It's going to be a corner.
Looks like Pilkington just laid it off, set it up for him there to get that strike in. We'll have a replay here, have a look, the ball comes in. Takes a touch. Slow-mo, as we call, we'll go back to that in a minute. Just so you know, and up the hyphen will take it cleanly. There it is, struck. Hyphen had to come off his line. Johnny, what you're saying, mate, the actual back four's been very strong.
Very solid.
And Bentleigh, their movement's quite rapid, quite quick. The little 1-2s around the box, but they've held their line. There's been some great defending.
But I think it's made, as you said before, Dougie, it's made a big difference having this fellow on the ball back in the side. It just gives them that stability in the midfield, doesn't he?
Just brings another dimension to the game, doesn't he?
Kanakaris
Here comes
squares it. Shawnee
Almost
tried to hit Kenny. The cat
sublime.
brings it to ground perfectly. Toe poke in. Looks at a King again. Uses his body against the big fella Yankovic. Uses his body with some gusto. And down.
There's no leisure in that one, let me tell you. We might be looking for a new meat rack. Yankovic that time, the ribs there would have got a nice little tick off.
From the Gourmet Meat Rack at Northcote Plaza, we thank them very much for their support on HUFC TV on this afternoon's broadcast of this round 11 PS4 NPL game. And the big news really, if you're starting to now sit back in your armchair and tick the W column for Heidelberg, that draws Heidelberg to within 2 points of the Bentleigh Greens with a game in hand. If Bentleigh Greens are the front runners or the pace setters of the competition, Heidelberg are not too far away.
Green
hand,
Gully 21 points, and the Burgers will move to 18 with the win here.
Can we ask
and
who
with
the
a game in hand?
Who's the game in hand against Johnny?
That's the road game against Oakley.
Yeah, the round 5 game. That'll take place in August, Dougie.
Okay. The hyphen.
And whilst that souvlaki had at half-time, J-Fot has long been eaten. Its memory lingers on every time you speak to me. Kenny Athea, I just wanted to let you know.
I got that from the Gourmet Meat Rack.
No, you didn't. That was yogurt.
So there is Luke Biles. Pokes it up the middle for Jumpin' Jack. Just look away every time you speak, J-Fot.
HUFC TV Smell-O-Vision.
Luke Biles.
I cleaned the tooth yesterday.
Just 1 or 2 would be good.
We're just leaving you hanging.
I'm giving it to
Harry Noon for his birthday, says Sweetie.
the boy that's come back today, Jack
Katanos.
Petrie. It's been instrumental in everything.
Now, I'd actually, you know what? I'd actually go the barometer.
And I'd go Luke Biles, so there you go. And that was my point. It's been a really complete team performance.
You could throw, you could actually throw in, without being rude, Way playing out of
Ruben
position.
Way, exactly,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? He's been solid.
Petrie
The cat.
Tops one for the Cat. Foot in by Ross Archibald. There's much ado about nothing now. A minute 20 remaining, and this is...
What about Shawnee Ellis? I mean, he
I'll
was
honest
good
with you,
early.
I'm going to go one better. Everyone out there, MOM.
Well,
because it's been a solid performance.
Well, that
by
was the
whole
point I
lot.
was trying to make initially, Doug. Thank you for finally
Support,
getting up to
just
speed
support.
with me. Reuben Wave.
We've leisurely got around to your point.
We really have.
I'll lead you on too
Katanos. Katanos.
Well, a nice little
Cheeky for
Wait.
the champ. Oh, Shawnee Ellis.
That would have finished off a great goal. A
That
great
would have
game.
iced his man of the match, I reckon. If he could have got on the end of that,
You would have gave it to him?
I would have gave it to him.
What about man of the match?
For a double. For a double and setting up the other two. Well, he's been involved in all three, Dougie.
Luke Biles for
He
me.
brings he brings a lot to the team.
Well, it's party time for Heidelberg, and it's going to be party time tonight, I suspect, at the Social Club. Less than 30 seconds remaining, according to the fourth official, Lewis Hall.
He's on a mission. JW
Top
wants
ones.
to score.
Well, it's the day
He
for
wants
it.
to score.
Bentleigh Greens, last time they were spanked. Because they're being spanked this afternoon.
Hall plays it out wide.
He
JW
was offside at the
coming back
position
from an
at the time.
offside position, but Shawnee, there it is, boys.
There is the final whistle, thanks to the Gourmet Meat Rack at Northcote Plaza. Our friends at Windsor Management Group on a red letter afternoon for Heidelberg United. They beat the former trendsetters, pace setters, the Bentleigh Greens, by 3-0. 2 strikes in the first 12 minutes. It was Kenny Athieu and, of course, the barometer, Stephen Pace. A goal 6 minutes half time, Shawnee Ellis. And that's the way it finished. Heidelberg United 3, Bentleigh Greens 0.